while learning cells, I should do some mapping in my mind. For example, at first, I should be able to differentiate what prokaryotes are and eukaryotes are. And you will see here, I think it was at the end, there's like a comparison table. And I think this is very important to know this. And if you know this, you're more likely to answer at least one question correctly in biology because they like asking from here. You will notice some key things. For example, like the DNA type. DNA types are different. In bacteria, it's like small circular DNA. In eukaryotes, it's like linear DNA, which is like, let's say, more improved one. You will see something very important about cell wall. And even though there are cell walls in some eukaryotes, the structure is different. You will have to know this. For example, we will see capsule. In bacteria, there's a capsule, but in eukaryotes, we are not going to see capsule. And this is something usually students mix up with mitochondria. In bacteria, of course, we have some structure which is responsible for the function of mitochondria, but they don't have mitochondria. And actually, you can make it easier to learn if you think about, there was something explaining this. Like in bacteria, there are no organelles with double membrane. So if you know this, you would easily understand, okay, some organelles that we have in eukaryotes cannot be in prokaryotes because they have double membrane. And actually the way I'm thinking in cell structure, which is, I think makes it easier to remember, endosymbiotic theory. I think it is very important to understand the logic behind it. So what is endosymbiont theory? If you look at the name, you can understand that there's like endo and symbiont. So in biology, if you see endo, you have to think that something is like inside, getting inside. For example, when you're taking some molecules inside the cell, we call it like endocytosis. When you're like hearing it, it's exo. So when I see endo, it means like it's coming inside. And when I see symbio, it's usually related with like two things actually helping each other. So looking at the name only, I do some reasoning skills, and I can say that there's something getting in, and with the thing that which is getting in, we are helping each other. We are getting stronger together, which is like symbiosis. The name is symbiosis, and we are better now. So this theory says, in the beginning, mitochondria was something like a bacteria, was some like other separate organism. Then this bacteria and this eukaryote cell noticed that it's actually very useful to like live together, work together, and mitochondria can just focus on making energy for the cell, and the rest is like made by the main cell, which is like taking the mitochondria in. So they started living together. That's why this theory is called as endosymbiont. And when you think about this, if you think like mitochondria was once prokaryote, you can actually think like, okay, when you try to remember what kind of ribosome mitochondria has, if you use some like reasoning skills, you can just say, okay, so since it was like a prokaryote structure, it was not like a developed eukaryotic structure. Yeah, ribosome is supposed to be smaller, not like in eukaryotes. Or when you think about the DNA in mitochondria, you should say that the mitochondrial DNA should be more similar to prokaryotes or eukaryotes. Prokaryotes. So if you understand this theory while you're studying well, it would help you remembering mitochondrial structures way better.